wherever you're at in life, whether you're in high school, whether you're a young adult, whether you're an older adult, maybe you're a senior. It doesn't matter where you're at in life. You have to be constantly assessing who you are letting on your train, who's already on your train, and who you might need to kick off your train. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the American Dream podcast, the American Dream show. My name is Josh, and I'm the host and the founder of a business called American Dream, where our goal is to completely change our country for the better, take it back to the glory that it was once at, and then take it even farther through just the elements of faith, family, fitness, finance, firearms, and freedom. That is our goal, and that is what I'm here to do. The podcast is a tool for that, so I can provide as much value to you as possible, things that I am encountering in my life that might be relevant to you guys that I feel like you guys should hear. I'm by no means an expert, by a motivational speaker, none of that. I am just here to share my message, share what I am seeing, what I'm encountering, and giving you my thoughts and opinions and everything on that, and just how I feel like we can use those 6 elements to take the country to the next level. So that is what I'm here to do. I'm going to do that to the best of my abilities. If you didn't know, we have a couple products. We have the American Dream box, which is a box that has products in it that embody each of those 6 elements that you can get. You can customize it and build your own box, or you can just pick up a t-shirt if you want. I'm not going to really promote it too much, just because I don't want to be one of those channels that shoves it down your throat. If you're interested and want to go check it out, I'll have a link in the description for you. But if not, no worries. The only thing that I ask that you absolutely do is share the show. If you get any value out of it, please go and share it with your friends, family, or just one person. That's all I ask, just one person. But other than that, we're going to go ahead and get into it. I forgot to mention 2 things. The Waypoint is our newsletter. If you're interested, don't want to miss an episode, don't want to miss new drops, that kind of stuff, go sign up for it. If you want to join a Facebook group that I'm trying to build and grow into a community where we can all help each other out, I'll have it linked in the description below. It's called the Rally Point. To be honest, I don't feel like talking about that stuff that much today. I don't feel like promoting it because, honestly, I had a whole podcast episode written out today because I was going to kind of go off on a rant, on a tangent about artificial intelligence, otherwise known as AI, because it really bothers me how people have openly accepted it in today's world, in today's culture, without thinking about the possible repercussions of it. And I was going to go off on it, but I don't know if it's God, I don't know what it is. I'm throwing that away for today. I may rearrange how I say all of it in a different episode. But for today, we're not going to do that. So I really have nothing prepared for today, except for the thing that I want to talk about, the thing that I feel like I should talk about today, is something that I heard recently. I can't remember what I heard it on. It had to have been one of the podcasts I listened to. But they briefly mentioned a phrase, and they called it the passengers of life. So that's what we're going to talk about. This episode's probably going to be a little short, might be a little all over the place, and I don't have any notes to go off of. But you know what? It might be pretty awesome for that. So just make sure you stick around to the end. But, so the passengers of life. If you want to look at life, look at it as a train. So you got your train, you start off at the station, which just the station is when you were born. As you go through life, down the train track, you begin to pick up passengers. I mean, you've got your parents, you've got your siblings, you've got your aunts, your uncles, your grandparents, your cousins, you've got your friends that you get as you grow up through life. Basically, everyone you encounter in life becomes a passenger in your life at one point or another. Some of them are on there for a short amount of time. Some of them aren't. But the thing is, what happens is, because you are the conductor of your train of life, you are the conductor of that train with all the passengers on it. And what happens is, we get so wrapped up in the idea of the passengers on the train, how many of them we have. We make sure that we want to keep as many of them as possible, make as many of them as happy as possible. What happens is, our life becomes so focused on that we forget where we're actually going. And sometimes we end up going off the rails. Sometimes we end up taking the wrong turn, making a wrong stop. And so that's what I'm going to try to just kind of talk to you about today. Because I, myself, in my own life right now, am kind of at a crossroads. There are people in my life that I want to stay on the train, that I want to please, want to make happy. But it doesn't matter what I do, it's not working. And so, as the conductor of your life, as the driver of your life, you have the ability, you have the power to kick those people off of your train. And it's not easy. I mean, I haven't brought myself to do it yet with the people that I need to. But it's something that's necessary, because I can physically feel it holding me back, mentally feel it holding me back, because I'm trying to do something that will make them happy, make them say, oh, I'm so proud of you, make them say, yeah, I'm with you on this. That's so cool. And to be honest, some of those passengers you will never please. Some of the passengers in life that you acquire, or maybe that have been on it since the very beginning, you will not please. And so eventually, you have to make the decision to kick them off of your train. That doesn't mean you don't ever talk to them. That doesn't mean you're not nice to them. But you have to kick them off of your train. Because if you don't, they will be that person like in the Polar Express that pulls the e-stop button or the e-stop brake all the time. And you're always making these stops that hold you back from getting to your destination. And so it's not hard, or it is hard, but it is absolutely necessary. But what you have to do as the conductor of your train, your sole focus has to be on your destination and where you're going. And it has to be on who you are letting on your train. Because now, so first of all, you need to make sure that the people that you have on it are the people that you want and need on it. Because you need people on your train. You can't do this stuff in life that you're meant to do without having people on your train. You just can't. It's impossible. You need that support system. You need those people that have the same, that are like, I'm with you on this train until either it derails, which if you have the right people on there, it shouldn't. And if you stay focused, it shouldn't. But whether it derails or until you reach the destination. That has to be your focus. Your focus can't be on pleasing the people on your train. Your focus has to be who you're letting on the train, because if they really want to be on your train of life, they will be on it. They will support you, and they will know that you are focused on your destination, and they'll be pleased with that because they know that you are going to take them to the destination. And so it doesn't matter what area of life it is, whether it's work, whether it's church, whether it's community, whether it's your family, whatever it is, you are a leader. I know people say that, like, oh, some people are meant to be leaders and some people are meant to be followers. But in reality, everybody has a little bit of leadership in them in some area of life. Yeah, you may not be a manager at work. You may not be a leader at church. You may not be a leader in your community. But I can guarantee you, if you're a leader at your home, a leader within your friend group. And you have to apply this concept to it, because your train can only hold so many people. And if you get too many negative people, too many people that really don't want to be in your train, some people will use your train to get off at a stop that maybe favors them, but it made you take a bad stop. And that's another thing that you got to think about. Is you have to watch out for those I guess you call it leeches. You got to watch out for the leeches of life. People will leech onto you. They will get on your train of life just to ride along for the journey a little bit until it becomes inconvenient for them, and then they hop off. They'll say they support you until you do something they don't like, and then they're like, oh, nope, I'm bailing. Those are probably the people that you really shouldn't even let on your train at all. And it's hard because they disguise themselves as people that want to be on your train of life. So you have to train yourself, train your mind to be assessing those people and be cognitive and just have that ability to read people. Reading people is probably one of the most important skills that you can develop, because some people have it naturally, some people don't. I feel like I'm blessed to naturally have the ability to read people. Just this morning, I was talking with my mom about just some people, like, I can talk to them for about 10-15 seconds, and I can get a bad hit off of them. And 9 times out of 10, a little bit farther down the road, that bad hit, it shows its true colors, and I'm like, okay, I was right about that person. Sometimes it's not. But the same is true for good people. Some people are like, oh, that dude's awesome. I can tell he's awesome. He's going to do awesome things. And sure enough, they prove it to be right. And so it's just hard. It's the balance of life. And I know I'm kind of all over the place with this, and it's not really in any sort of order. But your train of life is so important, because you are the conductor. You decide who gets on your train, who you have to kick off of your train, and what direction your train's going to go. But if you focus on the destination that your train is going, and focus on who you're letting on your train, you will reach that destination. And the people that you let on your train could actually end up helping you speed up to your destination, because they might provide some type of resource, some type of knowledge to you to help you get there faster. That's why you've got to be so good at assessing who you let onto your train, into your life, because you've got the people that will help you get to where you're going faster in some way, but you've got the people that are going to slow you down. They're just dead weight. And it's like on a ship, you have to cut the dead weight or else you're going to sink. And so assessing people, having that ability to read people is one of the most important skills. And I say all this to say, I'm really talking to myself here, because I'm having a really hard time trying to cut a particular person out, kind of cut them off of my train. This is something that I need to hear. And it's really hard. It's something that's really hard to hear, really hard to accept, and really hard to do. But if you want to achieve the things that you want to achieve in life, if you want to get to that destination that God has placed on your heart, that He has told you that this is what you are going to do, what you are meant to do, but it's going to require some sacrifice. And it requires sacrificing some of those relationships that you normally wouldn't want to sacrifice, that you would just kind of leave on the back burner just because, I mean, these people are important to you. If they weren't important to you, you wouldn't have let them on your train to begin with. But you just have to realize that some of those people, they're meant to watch your train pass by, but they're not meant to be on your train. And so sometimes you have to just kick them off, keep going on, and they'll watch your train pass by. And something else that you have to realize too is that, yeah, they may not get on your train now. You may not be able to let them on your train right now. But eventually you might be able to. You just have to, like I said, become very, very good at reading people and assessing people and assessing the situation where you're at in life, where you're at on your train, where you're at on your journey. And yeah, because those people, when you kick them off, it's not a permanent thing all the time. Sometimes it is permanent. Sometimes you kick people off your train and they won't even be there to watch your train pass by. but kicking them off is not permanent. They might be able to get on later in life, because I've talked about it before with success. Some people will not believe in you until you have success, until they see a certain amount of success. Then they feel comfortable because they feel like it's less of a risk to them to then hop on and support you. And that's fine. But when you are at the beginning of a journey, when you are at a certain point in your journey where it's hard, where you need people that are just going to support you no matter what, those people that aren't going to support you until they see success, they can't be on your train. And so this may make no sense to you. And I know it's kind of all over the place. It's kind of just an off the top of my head thing, but it's something that really hit me hard when I heard it. And I was already planning on making a podcast episode about it. I just hadn't planned on it being now. And so you kind of got my raw thoughts, my raw speaking on it. So it might end up being good. But I encourage you with this. If you can stay focused on your destination, don't let the outside noise, don't let the people that are come along in your life distract you. If you can learn to cut the people off that need to be cut off and only allow in the people that need to be there, that will support you no matter what, you'll reach your destination much faster and you'll be a lot happier. So, yeah, I mean, that's all that I've got for you. I don't know how long this ended up being. Could be really short. But, yeah, I mean, this is something that I'm really struggling with. And I feel like it's probably a common issue for people, especially those of you that are my wonderful subscribers and supporters of this channel and of this mission that I'm trying to do. Because, like minds, like people often go through the same stuff. And so I just wanted to share this with you guys, put this out there for you. If you have any input on how to make it better, that'd be great. Comment it down below, DM me on social media, or if you're going through something similar, just same deal. Comment it, DM me. I'd love to talk with somebody about it that's going through the same type of stuff, because I've had to cut people out of life before, but not to this degree. So, yeah, it's gonna be fun, but. No, it will ultimately be for the good of me, of my business, of my mission, and everything. So, thank you guys for being here. I appreciate all your support. Don't forget to go check out the store down in the links below. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure you share it, please. That's all I ask. But thank you guys again for being here. I love you guys so much. Your support means the world to me. It's what keeps me going with all of this. It keeps me when I'm getting down on myself thinking, man, this isn't worth my time. This isn't worth my money. This isn't worth my energy. You guys are the ones that keep me going. So thank you guys for that. And just remember, success takes work. Work takes time, and time is limited. So go out there and get to work. Love you guys. I'll see you next time.